Hey folks, okay, so I had my first wreck where I'm at now, which this was my last ride last weekend, Observatory Road. For those of you that already know about it, that is the gate that I hit, and that right there is where my finger got smashed. And I'm real curious to see, aha! I stashed my mirror away over here because we didn't feel like carrying it. I mean, it's broke, so I didn't plan on reusing it. I already replaced my mirrors, these bad boys. But I did want to go over what happened. Unfortunately, Jeff can't be with me here today. He's not riding with me today, which is unfortunate because he's a much more experienced rider, and I would have liked for him to gone over this with me, but he's a pussy and he didn't show up. So
that's a huge bitch.
So I'd like to go over what happened to help other people avoid the same situation. So in these videos, you cannot tell how deep inclines are, but that is a very, very steep hill, okay? It goes all the way up. Now what had happened is Jeff had gotten ahead of me a little bit, so I sped up. Now I wasn't going crazy, I was doing maybe 50, and I started braking right about here. So you can kind of gauge the distance to that gate. So I braked plenty early, okay? Even for going 50, that was plenty early, because this is a nice smooth curve. So something I had done is I'd hit this patch of spray paint right in the middle of the road. And actually, there was two patches. It looks like someone got rid of the other one. There was another one up here. That's odd. Anyways, I hit that and it broke my front tire loose. Now, I'm still not 100% what happened after that is in regards to my tire, but I lost my brakes right away. I couldn't steer anything. Well, so I shouldn't say I lost my brakes. What I should say is I lost my tire. I had zero grip. And instead of, because I was already leaning left, if you can see, by the time I hit that, I'm already leaning left. Well, my bike just started going straight for that. Actually, I was going for the guardrails where it was taking me. So I had, I kept my cool. I didn't lose my cool. I let off the brake and then re-engaged it. Now I didn't, grab the brake when I re-engaged it, but I did do it pretty quickly. I figured, okay, brakes are overreacting. I need to re-engage them to get this ABS must not be working, and I need to get my wheel turning again. That was split second what went through my head. That's why I disengaged and re-engaged. That didn't work. So that's when I went panic mode. Now this all happened in a matter of seconds. Okay? Less than that, 2 seconds. So, we'll go over here in a second what I should have done. But at that point, my biggest fear was I'm going to hit that guardrail. So instead of trying to keep it going left, I said, okay, I'm going into this gravel. And that's when I actually took it further right. And you can see this ground right here. I actually went off right here and went just like that. Okay, so as soon as I hit this ground over here, both legs are off, and I'm trying to veer left to not hit that. So I actually successfully hit the gate.
Dumbass motherfucker.
I mean, I say successfully. I really didn't want to hit the gate. If I was going to hit anything, though, I'd rather be the gate than the guardrail there. So I hit, and you saw where it was. So my ring finger hit right here, along with my handlebar on my right side. And then you can actually see where my tire hit over here. And chipped a little bit there. But it wasn't bad wreck. Like I said, all it did was it ripped my mirror off and chipped my lower bearing carrier there, which I'm really glad it hit that, because if it didn't hit that, I think instead of my finger being a big purple mess, it would have been a big red splotchy mess. So that couldn't have went better than it did, honestly. Now, where did I go wrong? What I should have done, and it didn't occur to me that I didn't do it until after the fact, I didn't touch my rear brakes.
What a new.
I didn't even think about touching my rear brakes, because I generally don't use my rear brakes on a bike. And that's something that I was kind of taught as I learned to ride, is Derek, stop using your rear brakes so much. You need to be focusing more on your front brakes. So I said, okay, and it did. It improved my riding a lot, better turn in, etc. However, in situations where you're going to be braking hard, you need to be using both brakes equally. Maybe a little bit more in the front, definitely never more on the rear unless you're trying to slide your ass. But you should definitely be using them. So that's where I started. What I should have done, as soon as I lost my front end, especially after I tried to re-engage my front brake, is I should have let off of my front brake a little bit, went onto my rear brake, and veered left and stayed on the road. And I guarantee you, I'd have been all right. But anyways, I just wanted to share that. I'm going to go back up this road. Sucks Jeff's not with me. I'm used to doing this road with Jeff, but I'm going to go back through this road, and I'll talk to you later.